27th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having enjoyed the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the tropics. As you can see here, this is Tropical Storm Philippe. Still had winds of about 50 miles per hour. Looks a little bit better defined this afternoon. We'll take a look at it. This is Invest 91L trying to catch up with Philippe. I would not be surprised this system may, if Philippe slows down, this system may get merged into this system here. It may not even become Rena. But we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens there. Also, we got a little system here, southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Leeward Islands. Also, Puerto Rico. You're going to get in on some shower and thunderstorm activity out of this system as well. To the north. Also, here's that little wave that moved through the southeast yesterday across Florida through southern South Carolina. We thought it might develop into the southeast coast because they could spin up into something very quickly as well. So I would not be surprised to see that as well. Alright, we still got some activity over portions of South America, also into portions of Central America, moving in westward into the Eastern Pacific. And also we got a little spin, upper level spin over the Great Lakes region, bringing some showers and storms. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Love to have you. Also like these videos, share these videos, and we're going to be discussing in the rest of the video Tropical Storm Philippe, also Invest 91L, also the Watchers Warning Advisory map across the nation, and also we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, Thursday, and Friday. So stick around to the entire video and let's finish up the forecast here in the tropics. Alright, well, let's move on to tropical. Alright, you can see here it's getting a little bit better organized this afternoon. Had some deep convection overnight and early this morning. Some of that has dissipated a little bit. That's why the winds has increased to 50 miles per hour now. But fluctuation in strength going to continue over the next probably over the next several days. So it may run from 45, 40, maybe up to 50, 60 miles per hour at time. Okay, it should be coming up here shortly. 4 a.m. This morning. The center. This is the tropical storm force wind field spot here. That's the wind field. 11 a.m. That's where it was located at. See, most of the wind field is to the east, northeast, and southeast of the center. The west side of the storm is not very well compacted. Excuse me. All right, according to the Hurricane Center, it keeps it a tropical storm all the way through 8 a.m. Saturday, and then finally into a tropical depression coming up into Sunday and Monday and depression over a portion of Puerto Rico because them islands is got some mountainous terrain, so it should tear it apart as it continues to move in that direction. But it could regenerate back into a tropical cyclone if it continues to move over the Central Caribbean Sea. You guys in the Dominican Republic, also over toward Jamaica, you may be getting some precipitation out of this system, maybe a little bit of gusty winds out of this system as well as it continues to move in that direction. Alright, if you're tracking this system at home, it's located near latitude 17.5 north, longitude 53.7 west. Maximum sustained winds are near 50 miles an hour with higher gusts. And moving us to the west at 9 miles per hour. Classified as a tropical storm with winds of 39 to 73 miles per hour. Alright, now we're going to try to take a look at the computer model. Got spaghetti over the storm, keeps it well compacted pretty well to the west. Few outliers shoots it out to the north, but most of the computer model takes it to the west. That's why I do agree it will go to the west. So see it continues its westward journey across the islands here across Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and heads on over toward Haiti as well. 168 hours out as well. That's why the National Hurricane Center had the cone going over here at this direction. All right, this is the forecast guidance of this system. All right, still got 45 knot winds equal to 45 miles per hour. Most model keeps into a tropical storm. There's a few drops it off into a tropical depression. As a couple that wants to shoot it up into a category 1 hurricane, I dismiss that. It's just going to remain a tropical storm and then pretty much drop off into a tropical depression later on down the road. Alright, well that's the information on Tropical Storm Philippe. Now let's move on to Invest 91L. As you can see here, 91L getting a little bit better organized. As soon as it gets a better circulation, it will become Tropical Depression number 18. And then will come Tropical Storm Rena. If it do not catch up with Philippe, like I said earlier, it could catch up with Philippe and might not even become a tropical cyclone. So if Philippe slows down just a little bit more and this system speeds up, it may combine into Philippe. So I would not be surprised to see that as well. All right, let's take a look at the. We're going to take a look at the forecast models. Alright, as you can see, here's the current position of the storm. Pretty well compacted through 24 to 48 hours out, and then it kind of gets a little wide range of motion. Some wants to take it like the way Philippe going. Some want to curve it back out to sea. So right now I'm going to keep it as right here. I'm going to take these two outliers for now and just keep it kind of like over in this area here. So if you're like I said, if you're in the northern Leeward Islands, you may need to watch out for Rena as well. When it becomes Rena, or if it becomes Rena, it may bring some showers and maybe some gusty winds in your direction as well. According to the intensity guidance of the system, it do take it into a tropical storm. Right now it has about 30 miles per hour winds, so that should equal up to 35 miles per 30 knot winds equal to 35 miles per hour. All the computer model takes into a tropical storm, keeps it a tropical storm. Some takes into a category 1 hurricane. One shoots it way up to a category 5. That's the outlier. Do not believe that one. And could it become a category 2? Possible, but right now there's a tropical storm at the moment. Maybe later on down the road it could become a category 1 hurricane. Alright. Well, that's your tropical update. Let's move on to the watching, warning, and advisory map for our locations here across the nation. Alright, as you can see here, we still got some coastal flood advisory from portions of New Jersey through Washington, D.C. down in, and also flood watch in portion of Virginia. Same down here in portions of Florida. Got some coastal marine warnings, also some hydro issues and flood watches there as well. Special marine warnings extended from up here near Cape Cod all the way down into the east coast of Florida, even some out in the coastal waters. Air quality alerts across northeast Texas, southeast Texas, red flag warnings there as well for Wyoming. Fire weather watches in effect reported to Colorado and also into Utah. Beach hazard statements still in effect for you guys in portions of Wisconsin and also in the Minnesota, all the way back over to portions of New York State. Gale warning extended from Washington State all the way down to Southern California. Alaska looks good. Some gale warnings to the south, central and south of Hawaii and Chain Island. Gale warnings to the south, central and north looks a-okay. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center. This is today's outlook. General thunderstorm for portions of North Dakota all the way back into Washington State. Same over here in portions of New Mexico, Texas, to the southern South Carolina region, also to the Outer Banks, all the way down to the Florida Keys. General thunderstorms in Michigan all the way down to Tennessee. Marginal risk extending from Illinois back into portions of Kentucky. Slight risk there as well. Alright, if you live in Louisville, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, Owensboro, Kentucky, New Albany, Indiana, and Jeffersonville, Indiana, slight risk for severe weather this afternoon. If you live in Cincinnati, Ohio, Lexington, Fayetteville, Kentucky, Clarksville, Tennessee, Bloomington, Indiana, Terre Haute, Indiana, a marginal risk for severe weather this afternoon. Alright, let's take a look at the tornado probability. 2% pretty much over Kentucky, Indiana, and portions of Illinois. If you live in Louisville, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, Owensboro, Kentucky, New Auburn, Indiana, and Jeffersonville, Indiana, 2% risk for a tornado this afternoon. Damaging winds. Alright, let me go back to it. It will refresh the information. Alright, 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow. If you live in Louisville, Kentucky, all the way to Jeffersonville, Indiana, surrounding areas, 15% risk for damaging wind. If you live in Cincinnati, Ohio, all the way to Terre Haute, Indiana, and surrounding areas, 5% risk for damaging winds. The hail probability, pretty much same locations. Louisville, Kentucky to Jeffersonville, Indiana, surrounding area, 5%. Cincinnati, Ohio. All the way there. Alright, general thunderstorms over here in Washington State. Same over here in portions of the Dakotas, Minnesota, back down in Nebraska. Also in Kansas, down in West Texas, Southeast Texas, to the Florida Keys, up to the Outer Banks. And again for Kentucky, back in Ohio for general thunderstorm for your Thursday. Now let's take a look at day 3. We have a marginal risk there. Alright, as you can see here, we have general thunderstorm from southeast Texas to the Florida Keys to South Georgia, from West Texas to New Mexico, all the way up into portions of Wisconsin, Minnesota. Minnesota back down into portions of Nebraska, marginal risk there. If you live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Plymouth, Minnesota, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, Maple Grove, Minnesota, St. Cloud, Minnesota, marginal risk for severe weather on Friday, same area, 5%. This includes Sioux Falls, South Dakota, all the way to St. Cloud, Minnesota, and surrounding areas. Alright, well, hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribe if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday afternoon, folks. Take care.